guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Jenny. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to recreate this look. So I already finished this side just so I can explain well like what I'm going to do. So to begin, I'm going to start with my eyebrows. So I'm just going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade in the shade Soft Brown, and I'm just going to outline my eyebrows. So first I just outline the bottom of my eye, and then I just shape the top of my eye, and then I just brush out exactly like how I want it to be, because I don't want to just press down on my eye, because then a lot of product will go down and my eyebrows will come out way too dark. I'm just trying to avoid any patchiness because I don't want to put too much product on one side and then no product on the other. So I'm just lightly blending everything out just so it doesn't seem too harsh. Once I've achieved exactly how I want the shape of my eyebrows, I just take my little Sephora kit. This is just a little eyebrow editor kit that I got from Sephora. You can use any kind of powder. Use that on top of my pomade just to avoid any kind of patchiness. I'm just going to take the same powder and I'm just going to kind of line the bottom, and I'm just going to blend up. So I'm just going to grab my concealer and I'm just going to carve out my brows. With the same brush that I'm using, I just blend down my concealer and I blend up with the top of my brow. So I'm just going to grab the same LA Girl Pro Concealer and I'm just going to use that as a base for my eyelids. And then I'm just going to grab my Beauty Blender and I'm going to blend that out. Once I'm finished with that, I'm finished with my eyebrows and I'm going to start doing my eyeshadow. Once I applied my base, I did not set my eyes. I did not put any powder. It's still wet with my concealer. It's going to be very helpful in making the colors much more vibrant. So to begin, I'm going to be taking my Jacklyn Hill palette. I'm just going to be taking this dark shade right here and I'm going to place that on my lid. I'm just going to be taking that shade with a small flat brush. I'm not going to be doing brush motions. I'm going to be packing motions. So I'm just going to be dabbing that on my eye. So I'm going to just take my Take Me Back to Brazil palette and I'm going to just be using this orange shade and this hot pink shade. So I'm going to take this more stiff blending brush and I'm just going to dab that into that orange shade right there. And I'm just going to be applying that right on top where that crease is. I'm not brushing or doing windshield motions. I'm just directly packing on the color. The thing is about the Take Me Back to Brazil palette is that it is very powdery, so if you just do brush motions, you get no pigment. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video about that, because the first time that I used it, I was so disappointed because I was like, this palette has no type of pigment. This palette is so powdery that you just have to learn how to pack it on. So now with the same brush, I'm gonna go into that really hot pink shade right here. It's not gonna be directly on top of the orange shade. It's going to be in between the dark shade and the orange shade, just to blend it out a little bit. So this is what we're gonna use to blend out those two shades. So with this one, it's not so much of a packing motion, but it's kind of a brushing motion. It's not going to be windshield where you are directly just wiping the colors together. Your goal is to blend out the two colors, not directly move the colors. If you use the windshield motion that's like this, you're going to be moving a lot of the darker colors, so then your whole eye is going to turn dark, and that is not what we're going for right now. So I'm just going to keep packing on that pink shade. And I'm just going to be kind of blending out those two colors. So I'm gonna go back into that Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm just gonna use this like really orange kind of golden color. So right now we're just packing on that yellow shade. It doesn't have to be perfect because then we're gonna make it perfect. Just kidding. So I'm just gonna be taking a very big fluffy brush now. So now we're just blending that yellow shade. Not going way too down to blend everything. We're just blending that yellow shade upward to your eyebrow bone. I'm just gonna go back into my Jacklyn Hill palette. I'm just gonna use that same brush that I used for the pink and the orange, and I'm just gonna dab that in. This is completely optional, but I was not really satisfied with how blended mine was. Like, you can kind of still see that harsh line right there. So I'm gonna just go back into that pink, and that orange, and I'm just gonna kind of mix these together. I'm just gonna try to blend out that kind of harsh line. So once I'm satisfied with how blended the colors are, I'm just gonna take an old makeup wipe. I have not primed my face yet, so I'm just gonna be wiping off all of that excess powder. But I'm gonna wipe off that inner corner right there. I just kind of want it even. So I'm just doing this because afterwards I'm going to apply that blue shade, and I don't want that orange to blend into it. So I kind of just want it to be the blue and pop. So I don't really apply my lashes until I finish with my entire face. But since I had already applied this lash, I'm gonna just go ahead and apply this. After that, I'm just gonna prime my face. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Hangover primer. And I'm just gonna apply little dots around my face. I'm gonna just take my NYX Total Control Cover Foundation. I'm just going to take my wet beauty blender and I'm just going to blend that out. Okay, so once that's completely blended, I'm just going to be taking my concealer. So for now, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Ivory. The Fit Me Shine Free foundation in the shade Coconut. So it's one of the really deep shades. And I'm just going to be using that to contour my face. So I just like to dot this around the cheekbones. So now I'm just going to take a small little fluffy brush that I use for my bronzer, and I'm just going to be blending that out. I'm going to just use the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I'm going to be taking that small fluffy brush that I used to blend out my contour stick, or the cream contour, and I'm just going to set that on top. And I'm just going to blend that out. So I'm just going to go back into my Jacklyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to use that same dark shade that I used as the darkest shade on my lid. So I'm just going to be packing that on my lash line. So once that's finished, I'm just going to go back to my Jacklyn Hill palette, and I'm just going to use that really light blue shade that she has right here. And I'm just going to pack that on the my waterline. So I'm going to just take a small little brush, and I'm just going to pack. So I'm going to just take this small brush, and I'm going to pack that onto my waterline. So I'm just going to take that same blue shade, and I'm going to apply that into my inner corner with that same small brush that I used. So I'm going to just take this really light shade in the Carly Bible palette, and I'm just going to pack that on top to make it really light and make it pop a little bit more. Once I'm finished, I'm just going to take my loose powder highlighter, and I'm going to take a small fluffy brush. Just going to use my lip liner, and I'm going to outline my lips. So I'm going to just take this clear lip gloss, and I'm going to just put that on top of my lips. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to know all the products that I use, they're going to be down in the description. And don't forget to subscribe.